This is a 2019 Kirk Rudy booklet feeding, sorting, stacking, diverting system. But it's very versatile and has a lot of uses for different things. We're going to walk through all the things it's set up for and what it can do with no physical modification or minimal modifications to expand its capabilities. So like I said, this was all new gear in 2019. It was set up for a single use. They didn't end up using it that much, which is why you can see it's in such nice condition. But the items in here are all very versatile. So starting off here, we have the auto loader. This auto loader extends the capacity of a standard feeder, whether it be a friction feeder, we have a rotary feeder here, or any sort of feeder that this thing will extend its capacity. You can fill it up like 6 whole feet of your stock all laid out here. These guides go left to right, expand out. We have the exact specs online. It has a lot of great adjustments. So for instance, when you're setting it up, you knock loose 2 of these quick tighten knobs, and this will actually, the feeder will move back and forth to adjust the location where it's dropping it. It also adjusts left to right with this knob, so depending on how you're setting it up, for quick changeover, and also you can adjust the height. It's got a hydraulic lift kit in it. It can go up and down. For instance, if you want to roll it away and use it somewhere else, or you just need to do some maintenance, you just raise it up real quick and slide it out from underneath. And for friction feeders or other feeders, there's 2 quick tightens down here, quick knobs, and the whole thing will tilt. So say you have a standard like Kirk Rudy friction feeder or any kind of friction feeder that's got an angle to it, you tilt this whole table and it'll feed in at that angle. So it'll extend the capacity of any standard feeder, whether it be Kirk Rudy or not. So back here, this is our rotary feeder. Now they were doing a lot with, they were doing mostly, or I think exclusively, booklets. So that's why they have a rotary feeder. It will do sheets, but it's more set up for, it's, you know, the capability is set up for booklets, pre-folded stock, newspapers, magazines, etc. You can use this feeder with standard sheets. It would be faster if you wanted to swap it out for a regular friction feeder, which many people have, or you can purchase any kind of friction feeder and replace this with it. You'll just need to move some of the sensors over that work with the inkjet base. They are bolt-on. Moving over to the inkjet base here is a standard KR519 vacuum base. Now if you look at the whole base here, there's a lot of room. But this is the standard size, this is what they bought. And they put 2 cameras on it, which we'll get to in a minute. But I just want to clarify that if anyone wants to do anything different with this, for instance, inkjetting, placing, tipping, anything else other than just what they were literally just using it for cameras, then you can move these cameras down. So you still get the capabilities, add some inkjet, add something else here. We have 2 cameras and multiple lights here. This is camera 1, camera 2. This is the light for that camera, and a much larger light for the second camera. I believe it's underneath. And they each have their own sensors. These all work with the Kirk Rudy Matchmate software, which is on this screen here. That's the name of it. What that'll do, in this case, they were using it to divert, stack, and sort their booklets. So they could actually have it'll, for instance, it'll check to make sure your product is either addressed or the text is correct. If it is incorrect, this diverter lifts up on the stacker, and the booklet will pass underneath the stacker and come out on this conveyor here. Otherwise, it'll go into the stacker. This camera system can do a ton of things, from verify addresses on inkjet to any modifications to the stock you want to happen after it passes by. Tons of validation options. I would really just say go onto Kirk Rudy's website, look up Matchmate, and you can read all the capabilities, because there's too many to say right now. Just to give you an idea what they were doing, they wanted certain booklets to be in certain stack sizes. So the camera system would read it, it would verify that one camera would read it, one camera would verify it, and then it would know to make this a 7 stack high, 7 quantity, then a 9, then a 12, then a 13. So that's what they were using it for, but you can use it for tons of verification options. Going from here, we got the KR950 stacker. So this is a compensating jogging stacker. It will go, for ease of setup and versatility, it can exit here, or here, left, right, or straight through. You just take that conveyor out. That's why you see there's plugs. There's plugs there, there's plugs there. You just lift off the output conveyor, Open the guard, hang it onto the brackets right here, and plug it right on in down there. 1-2 minutes. You can change your versatility depending on which way you're going. It does have dual jogging arms on the inside to keep your stacks straight, and it will compensate to give you nice, clean, sturdy stacks coming out. This thing again has a ton of capabilities. It will work with inserters. It'll work with perfect binders, saddle stitching systems, inkjet systems. I mean, literally, it runs autonomously. It'll run anything. So, if you have interest in it, KR950, pull it up on their website. There's something else I want to mention here. If you're a buyer for this machine and all things to the left make sense, maybe you want to add inkjet to that, maybe you need to do some kind of verification, so on and so forth. And this stacker just isn't something you need. After you purchase it, we'll be happy to sell it separately for you, and you can just go out and take your inkjet feeders, camera system for your use. If you have any questions, please call the office. We'll be happy to answer what we can. There's also a lot of more data listed on Kirk Rudy's website. Just you can look up each piece individually is listed separately with its own information. There is an additional conveyor that we do not have that generally would go right here. We have some older Kirk Rudy conveyors we could include, or you can use your own conveyor, whatever you have for yourself.